What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. Recently, Russell Wilson and Ciara were on the Ellen Show. And at a certain point there, Russell Wilson got down on one knee and asked Ciara if she would be more open to having more children. All right. Now, we got to understand Russell Wilson is 33, so he is 3 years younger than Ciara. Ciara is 36. Ciara also has a child by Future, who is 7 years old, and they have 2 children together. Russell Wilson wants 2 more children, and he has 2 more children with her, and then 1 more he's asking for by herself. Okay, so she didn't, really shoot it down. She said okay. And I think that a lot of ladies, this is trending all over the internet. A lot of ladies are looking for something to happen for them in a similar fashion. I'm already a single mom. I would love for a guy like Russell Wilson, who they may feel that is conventionally attractive, maybe not. But if he's rich and he's willing to do that for me, that would be great, because you know what? If Ciara can do it, I can do it. And you guys hear me, like, I'm not going to even get in calling him a simp or anything like that. I just want to talk about how this entitlement brews throughout the urban social media systems. Okay? And what I mean by that, a lot of women who eye these, sorts of love stories, they believe that God will do the same thing for them. And then I want to talk to women today because we got to talk about elitism. All right? Elites can break certain rules that normal people cannot. If you look at Ciara, she's elite in looks. She's an elite performer. Okay? And she has an elite opportunity to date people who you can never date. So she can meet a Russell Wilson. All right? The average woman cannot. Just like the average man can't get a Ciara. We got to be honest about these discussions here. And we have to set our standards correctly. All right? And I'm not saying that anybody can achieve wealth or anybody can achieve things, but it will be based off your efforts. If you're not an elite person, you can forget about it. Usually. Now, let's go to Russell Wilson. Most guys who have the kind of money and success that he does, 33, young, black. Most guys are going to realize who they are, what they can get. Most men like a Russell Wilson. You can even look at guys like Aaron Rodgers, his white counterparts, or look at Tom Brady, who's married to a model who's worth more than him. Most guys are not going to be like, you know what? Let me go deal with this chick who has a baby by this rapper, and then I'm gonna bend down on one knee, raise his child, and then ask for more kids. Most guys are pretty red pilled these days, whether they want to admit it or not. You look at it in NBA athletes, you can look at it in the NFL athletes. Most guys are just having kids with them and not even marrying them. And so what women are going to believe they can do is that, you know what? Well, Ciara got this kind of guy, so can I. But are you as beautiful as Ciara is? Do you have her talent? And do you have the access of these men? It goes back to the average at best conversation with Kevin Samuels. Okay? Who you can get, you are. Who you cannot get, you are not. That's pretty much what it is. And a lot of women got to understand in today's game, where elite guys, and we could even talk about guys in sports or academia. Most guys who are really, really, really doing very well, they're looking for somebody or something in the same league. Most guys are not open for charity, just like women are not. Like women who are doing very well, do you want to deal with a guy that is dusty and broke and has 2 baby mamas, something like that, from a bad relationship? No. Right? You don't want to deal with that because it's just like you work too hard for that, right? This is how certain guys feel about maybe a woman that comes from a traumatic experience, women that have more than one child by somebody, or a child, especially if they already don't have kids, which Russell Wilson didn't, and he was a younger man. What do you think people's families are going to tell them, usually? The same thing you would tell your son. Why are you dealing with her? Same thing you would tell your daughter. Why are you dealing with her? So when women come out and fantasize about these things, it's possible that they can happen. How likely is it? It is not. It isn't very likely that it's going to happen. We need to start having more conversations with our people so that their expectations are met. So when you become 30 and feel that, God is going to just send you this guy who's going to come out the blue and take care of you all because you're so special, it'd just be it's the equivalent of a man who feels that, God's going to send me a woman, beautiful woman, who's going to come out here and give me everything because I'm a man, I deserve it, I have a penis. What would you say? You would say that sounds very stupid. And the same is the case for anybody who believes that, I'm in a similar situation for Ciara. I can just hope and pray that the same will happen to me. And you're not understanding the factors that Ciara had on her side. She's extremely beautiful. She's extremely popular. She has an extremely different network than most people do. And that can allow her to be a single mom and overcome something like that. And she kept herself looking very good. Yet a woman like Ciara can overcome that. Most women in the Black community have a hard time overcoming that. So they get pregnant or they have a kid or they have 2 kids and then they're like, okay, well, I'm going to get a guy that makes $1 million a year. And it's just, at that point, a guy who makes a lot of money, especially in this society, like right now, a guy who makes $500,000 a year. I mean, we got to be honest. Don't you think this guy understands what he can do? A guy like that in the Black community, number one, not only are you the top performing men, and men in general, but in the Black world, you have because every woman won't want you, for sure. But you damn sure got a lot of opportunities. Not only in our community, where we have a lot of beautiful women in the Black community, you have a lot of beautiful African-American women. I mean, if you go to any city, Atlanta, they're dying for them. You go to Chicago, Detroit. I mean, like, beautiful women everywhere. And not even to mention the other women that are from Jamaica or Caribbean. And then you're talking about the women who are not even in our cycle. Like Russell Wilson's first wife was white. And look at the competition, how strong it is for a guy like that. You think a guy doesn't know that? Of course he knows that. He understands that. Some of these guys are overseas players. They're world traveled. They're understood. They understand what it takes or what could happen in divorce court or what it takes to be somebody's stepfather or step-parent. Most guys aren't open to that in this day and time. So women have to make the right decision and say, okay, well, if I have a baby, I need to make sure I make this the right choice. Instead of trying to, I can overcome it because, my pastor said I can overcome it.
Amen.
Which then will make in my opinion, which makes not a lot of sense if you want to do that. You want to give yourself the full wide range of ideas for it to happen for you. And having a child out of wedlock in today's time, if you're not a person that is super connected, super rich, so it's a really limiting thing for a lot of women. But guys, what do you think? It's your boys, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.